So we are going to start working on properties, and before we start our notes, a lot of times properties will be labeled with lots of variables mixed in, which makes them look really complicated. But the truth is, these properties are the most basic parts of mathematics that you already know. It's just a different way to look at it. Now, I want you to set up your notes like this. We're going to be learning 4 today: the commutative property, the associative property, the identity properties, and the inverses. I went 2 there. And the inverses. We're going to be learning distributive property tomorrow. Now, don't necessarily fill out the rest of this. I'll talk about each of them individually, but then I just really want you to give these a fair shot because they're not actually that difficult if you can get past all those variables, okay? So the commutative property, I got marks here for my little mistake, is what I call the flip property. So if it shows it normally as A times B equals B times A. Well, what that means is 5 times 3 is equal to 3 times 5. It means if you have 2 numbers multiplied together, it doesn't matter which number is written first or which number is written second. The flip property. Also with addition, it's the same thing. 3 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 3. They can flip 2 numbers together. Okay, so if you see the word commutative, you're looking for numbers that are flipped. Okay? The associative property, order doesn't matter. Okay, and if you can read my pretty horrible handwriting there, but it's usually written with parentheses that are moved. And we should know that parentheses are almost always there to make something be done first, because whatever is in parentheses has to be done first. So order doesn't matter means if we have 3 numbers that are added together, 5 plus parentheses 3 plus 2, or whatever, doesn't matter. If we added the 3 and the 2 together and got 5, and then we added 5 to the outside, our whole answer would be 10. But if we added them in a different order, we did 5 plus 3 first, plus 2 on the outside. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. It means order doesn't matter for addition and multiplication. Okay? Now, multiplication is the same thing. If we kept the same numbers, but we changed the signs to be multiplication instead. So this is 5 times 3 times 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. My brain froze for a second there. And then if we did in a different order, we did 5 times 3 first, and then we multiplied times 2 at the end. Well, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is still 30. Order doesn't matter. So if you see the word associative, think order doesn't matter. Okay? The identity property is what we call the yourself property. So you're looking for a number to go back to its original self. So these are split up into 4 parts, which I'm going to write like this. Okay, and each operation, multiplication, addition, division, or subtraction, all have their own identity property. So for multiplication, it means multiplying by 1. So 5 times 1 is equal to 5. The 5 became itself. That's the identity property. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. And any number times 1 is going to be equal to itself. Division's almost the same, except a multiplying, you're dividing. So 10 divided by 1 is equal to 10. 18 divided by 1 is equal to 18. Okay? So multiplying or dividing by 1 is the identity property, the yourself property. For addition and subtraction, it's adding or subtracting by 0. So if we have -3 plus 0, that's equal to -3. If we had, -8 minus 0, that's equal to -8. So the identity property, think of yourself. You're taking a number, doing something to it, and then making it go back to itself. Okay? And the last one is the inverse, or what we call the opposite, if you're trying to get rid of a number. Now this one's also split up, but it's more split up like this. The addition property and subtraction property are the same thing. It means if you have 5 and you add -5, you will always get rid of your number and end up with 0. So if you had, 8 minus 8, well, that's going to go away to 0. So if you add a number and its opposite, they go away. That's what inverse means. Now, for multiplication and division, it's the same idea. If you have 4 divided by 4, they're going to go away and be left with 1. If you have 3 divided by 3, they're going to go away and be left with 1. But you could also write it as 8 times 1/8. That's the same thing as 8 divided by 8. And that's also going to be 1. Okay, so if you see inverse, it means opposite. It's very similar to the identity, which means yourself. But those two are probably the two easiest to get confused on. Okay? And that is everything. Now, obviously, this is going to take some practice. This video is just an outline for you. But by all means, please ask me questions on these.